Okay, so we'll come to seated this morning. I'm going to start us with a little bit of Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. It's one of the, it's quite often one of the first types of pranayama that we learn in the class. Just quite a nice way to focus on the breath for the first couple of moments. It's also said to be very calming as well. So if we come to seated, cross legs or kneeling or whatever, just plug my phone in. Hope you can all see me and hear me okay. So coming to a seated position, and then we take the right hand, and then we use the thumb and the ring finger of the right hand. So the right thumb will come onto the right nostril. Oh, somebody's there trying to get in. Okay, morning. Sorry I was delayed this morning. We're starting seated with some Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so if we take the right hand and bring the index finger and the middle finger down to the palm, and then we use the right thumb for the right nostril and the left ring finger for the right ring finger for the left nostril. Okay, we'll just do a couple of rounds of this. So make sure that you're quite comfortable seated. If you need to move the flesh away from the sit bones or sit up on a block, you can do that. So to begin with, we're going to take a nice long inhale and then exhale everything out. And then we'll seal the right nostril with the thumb and then inhale through the left. At the top of the inhale, seal the left nostril and then exhale through the right. And then inhale through the right nostril. Switch and then exhale through the left. Okay, inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. And then inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. And then release your hands and just return to your natural breath. And just observing how your body feels this morning. Maybe you feel a little bit different after that already. Okay, on our next inhale, we'll take the arms up above the head. And then as you exhale, just come into a gentle twist. So turning to the right, left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind. Inhale to find length. And then exhale to gently twist. And again, inhale to find length. Exhaling to gently twist. And then again, inhale, find length. Exhaling, twisting any amount more, maybe turning your gaze over the right shoulder. On our next inhale, we'll come back forward, we'll bring the arms up. And then exhale, gentle twist other side. So right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, find length. Exhaling, gently twisting from above the waist. Inhaling to find length. Exhaling, gently twisting. Inhaling to find length. And then exhaling to gently twist and turning the gaze last as well, maybe if that's okay with the neck. Okay, on our next inhale, we'll come back forward, we'll bring the arms up. Gaze up and then exhale, hands down through heart center. Okay, just making our way down onto our back. briefly. So support yourself as you come down and then bring the knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit of a back massage. What movement do you need to take here this morning? How does your back feel? Just gently begin to move around and find out. And then we'll keep hold of the right knee and stretch the left leg away. You can let the left leg come all the way down to the mat for now. And just draw that right knee as close in as you can. Try to keep the shoulders as relaxed as you can. And we'll point through the toes on both feet. Release the left hand and start to reach it away along, just hovering above the left thigh. And then from there, maybe you pick the left leg up a couple of inches, maybe you don't, it's up to you. How do you feel this morning? On the next inhale, we'll bring the head and shoulders up and see if you can reach the left fingertips down towards the left toes. Think about the low back pressing down. Stay nice and relaxed in the shoulders. Take another inhale there, and then as we exhale, we'll release back down. Tuck the right toes behind the left thigh. Take the right arm out to the side, inhale, and then exhale, just coming into a nice little gentle twist. So that right knee's coming over to the left as much as feels comfortable for you this morning. Just let your low back warm up nice and gently though, so it doesn't need to be a really deep twist as we warm up. Okay, on our next inhale, we'll come back. We'll bring both knees back in again, give yourself a little squeeze, and then keep hold of the left knee, right leg stretches away. Let the right leg come all the way down to begin with, and then draw the left knee in as close as you can. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Relax into that left hip where you feel the stretch. And then we'll release the right hand, start to hover it above the right thigh, and then we'll raise the right leg just a couple of inches, and then inhale, head and shoulders up. See if you can think about reaching your fingertips down towards your right toes, but keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Low back is pressing down, of course. Taking an inhale and then exhaling to release back down. We'll tuck the left toes behind the right thigh, and then just come into a nice little gentle twist that side. Try and use the back of the left shoulder as your sort of weight, your I can't think of my words this morning because I've been trying to find you all for about 10 minutes. Okay, on the next inhale, we'll come back up, bring both knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then we'll take the hands behind the thighs and start to just rock back and forward. And then we'll come all the way up across the shins and make our way to all fours. So as soon as you get to all fours, make sure that you are stacking the joints, wrists are below the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Okay, we're going to inhale and bring the weight forward, just making that a bit of a wrist stretch. And then exhale, send the weight back. So hips come to the heels, towards the heels, and then inhale to rock forward, just as far as feels okay for your wrists, and then exhale to come back. Inhaling to come forward, make sure that you're pressing the whole of the hand down into the mat as you do this. And you've got that nice spreading position with the fingers that we are looking for in our downward facing dog and when we're in our tabletop. So just keep going a few more of these. Inhale forward, exhaling back, inhaling to come forward, and then exhaling to come back. Okay, coming back to your neutral tabletop position, and we'll just turn the hands out so that the fingertips point out to the side, and then just a little bit of rocking movement side to side. So again, this could be a big movement if you want it to, if your wrists feel okay, but you might want to just start with a really small, gentle movement. Quite nice to just give our wrists a little bit of a warm up, isn't it? We tend to expect a lot of them in our practice, and we can neglect them a little bit as well. So just a little bit of a warm up for our wrists this morning. Make it as intense or not as you want to. Okay, you can stay with that level, or we'll turn the fingers back towards us. So this is quite intense, isn't it? If it bothers your wrists or it's too much, stay at the previous option. Otherwise, inhaling to come forward, and then exhaling to come back. Inhale to come forward, exhale to come back. Inhale forward. Make sure that you are still pressing the hands into the mat, so we don't want to start to sort of sink and collapse into our wrist joints. So just a couple more of those. Definitely feel my forearms now. I don't know about you, but the stronger our forearms are, the more that we can protect our wrists as well. So that's a good thing. Okay, from here, coming to kneeling, we'll tuck the toes. You can come into intense toe stretch if you want to, or you could just come to kneeling. I'll leave that up to you. And then we'll bring the backs of the hands together and just start to roll the wrists out there. So sort of circles with the wrists. And then when you've gone one way, we'll go back the other way. And that gets a bit confusing. And looking for some coordination first thing in the morning. Okay. Just coming back to neutral, just shaking the wrists out, and then we're going to interlace the fingers and then just sort of move through a circular motion there with the wrists as well. And it's usually, we'll always sort of go one way when we do stuff like this. So come back the other way and see if you can make it as neat a circle. Get a little bit complicated when it's the way that you're not used to moving. And then we'll go back the other way again. Okay, that's good. It takes our mind off the intense toe stretch if you're with me in that. Maybe you want to squeeze the ankles together in your intense toe stretch to make sure you're not sort of buckling into the ankles. Okay, and then we'll release that. We'll shake the hands out, come back to our all fours position. And then from there, take the lower left leg out to the side, adjust your left hand so the wrist is below the shoulder, and then we'll stretch back into that supported side plank. Reach up through the right fingertips. Okay, so I did this last week and I thought it was quite nice. It was a little bit different. So reach up through the fingertips and then you might just shift the weight a little bit further forward to help you to raise the right leg. But if you don't want to raise the right leg, you don't need to. The more that you engage that right leg, the easier it is. And then maybe you turn the right palm forward and then bring the upper arm close to the ear and then reach through the fingertips. Make the right hand side of your body as long as you can. Remember to press the back of the left shoulder blade into the upper back as well. Just see if you can keep a nice evenness with the breath there. Okay, from there, we'll release the right foot down. Just take your time here, get the whole of the sole of the right foot down. We're going to come all the way upright, so you might use your left fingertips to help you to come upright, and then the right hand comes down the right thigh, left arm reaches up, inhale, and then little side bend over that way. See if you can keep drawing the left shoulder down away from the ear, but reach through the fingertips, get length all the way up the left hand side of the body. Okay, inhaling, we're going to switch again. So left hand's going to come back down, right arm reaches over. And then switch again, come back up. And then again, switch. And again, switch. Okay, coming to upright, take the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers just behind the head. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, just coming over to the left so that you're making a diagonal line with the side of the body. And then inhale, come back up. And then exhale over to the left again. Diagonal line, right hand side of the body. Inhale, come back up. And then again, come over. Should start to feel the obliques waking up. Inhale, come back up. And then again, come over. And then inhale, come back up. I've lost count. We'll do two more, come over. And then inhale, come back up. Last one, come over. And then inhale, come back up. Okay, we'll release, come back to all fours. When you get back to all fours, if you need to move in any way, do. And then we'll do the other side. So lower right leg out to the side, stretch the left leg back, get the whole of the sole of the foot down, adjust the right hand so the wrist is below the shoulder, and then open up for that supported side plank. Okay, shifting the weight forward a little bit might help you to lift the left leg as well. And then engage your way through that left heel. The more that we engage, the easier it is. Well, it takes our mind off it, doesn't it? Okay, maybe you turn the left palm forward and then bring the upper arm close to the ear. Shoulders still drawing away from the ear, you're reaching through the fingertips. Make the side body as long as you possibly can. Still breathing, still engaging into that left leg. Right shoulder blade presses into the upper back. And make sure you're pressing that right hand into the mat so you're not sinking into the shoulder. Okay, we'll release the left foot down and then maneuver your way up into that side bend of the side. So left hand down, left thigh, right arm reaches over. Feel that lovely stretch all the way up the right hand side of the body. Okay, and then the fingertips come down. We'll come back to that supported side plank. And then come back to the other side bend. And then again, switch. Hopefully not too wobbly. And then back to the other side. And then again, switch. And then back to the other side. Okay, coming to upright, bringing the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, inhaling to find length, and then exhaling, just coming over to the right. As much as you can, make the diagonal line right, left-hand side of the body. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come over. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to come over. Okay, inhaling to come back up, releasing the hands, and we'll find our way back to all fours, and then move in any way that you need to when you get there. So maybe a little bit of that back and forward, or a couple of cat-cows, do whatever feels nice. How does your body need you to move? Okay, and then from there we'll find downward facing dog, so tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, and then start to walk the legs out or move in whatever way you need to in downward facing dog. Just check that the hands are doing the same thing. So index fingers point forward, spread the other fingers wide. You can start to think about the outer upper arms spinning back, those elbow creases begin to turn forward. You start to notice what a difference that makes at the upper back when you do that. You should feel more space around the upper back, the base of the neck. Can you start to breathe into that space? Still pedaling or moving in whatever way you want to. Okay, on our next inhale, look forward. You can step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then once you're at the front of the mat, nice generous bend in the knees if you need to for Uttanasana, forward bend. Try to have the abdomen and ribs touching the thighs. Outside edges of the feet are parallel. We'll come onto the fingertips on the outer edges of the mat and start to squeeze the fingertips and the thumbs towards each other. So it's as if you're sort of squeezing two sponges in the hands. Notice how you start to engage the forearms, the upper arms, and then use that to take the shoulder blades away from the base of the neck. Imagine you have a weight coming out of the crown of the head and it's drawing the head and neck down. So you just feel the release of tension at the back of your neck completely. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the right hand down in front of the face. Start to bend into the right knee and reach the left arm up for a twist. Fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing that right hand down into the mat so that you're lifting up out of the wrist, up out of the shoulder. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we'll switch. Bending the left knee, right arm reaches up for the twist. Keep pressing that left hand into the mat. That left knee can be as deeply bent as it needs to, widen across the collarbones. Inhale, exhale to switch again. Maybe you'll find you can straighten into the left leg a little bit more this time, but maybe not. So don't force it. Keep pressing that right hand into the mat, widen across the collarbones. Inhale, exhaling to switch. So again, maybe you straighten the right leg a little bit more this time, but maybe you don't. Take it easy. Notice how everything feels. Inhale, and then as we exhale, just coming back to Uttanasana, taking the fingers wide. You might gently nod the head yes and shake it no. Okay, from here we'll press down through the feet to come up, so rolling up or lifting the chin, and then we'll keep the arms coming out around and up, reach up and gaze up. And then exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, take a big circle with the arms out around and up and gaze up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Remember, knees bend if they need to. Relax the head and neck. Inhale for a halfway lift. As we exhale, we're just going to step back with the right foot and then drop the right knee and tuck the toes, inhaling for low lunge. And then as you exhale, hips sink forward and down. So in our low lunge, it's tempting to kind of collapse here, isn't it? Try to keep the engagement with the legs. So it's like you're drawing the left foot back and pressing the right knee forward. That makes you work a lot harder in this pose, doesn't it? It also stops us just kind of collapsing into it. So keep the legs active. The lower ribs are drawing in and you're heavy in the tailbone. Shoulder blades draw down the back. Maybe you turn your gaze up there as well. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to twist. So send the right arm forward and bring the left arm back, widen across the collarbones there. Think about softening around the base of the neck though. Reach back through the left fingertips. Maybe that left hip wants to shave back a little bit as well. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the right hand down on the inside of the left foot and come into that variation of the twist. And if you wanted to tuck the toes on the right leg and lift the knee, you could as well. So up to you, make that your variation. As always, remember to keep pressing that right hand into the mat, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, taking an inhale, and then as we exhale and unwind, we'll step the right foot back to the front of the mat and then forward bend. Inhale, come up, press down through the feet. Keep the arms coming out, around and up, gaze up, and then exhale to release. Okay, same thing the other side. Inhale, big circle. As we exhale, hinge forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to bend the knees, step back with the left foot, and then drop the knee and tuck the toes, find your low lunge. And then as you exhale, the hips sink forward and down, but not so that we're not collapsing anywhere. Get that engagement with the legs. Try and softly draw the low ribs in, shoulder blades down the back. So I see this so much here. And yes, you can add a back bend into your low lunge. But when we're just generally coming into the low lunge, we want to find as much engagement as we can. Use the legs. Don't collapse into your torso. Find the core engagement as well. Shoulder blades down. Maybe you turn your gaze up. Okay, inhaling, exhaling for the twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe the right hip shaves back a little bit. You can reach back through the right fingertips, widen across the collarbones. Keep that scissoring action going with the legs as well. From there, bring the left hand down on the inside of the right foot and then reach the right arm up. Again, you could tuck the toes if you want to and come into that variation. Remember to keep pressing the left hand into the mat though, and you're widening across your collarbones. Back of the left thigh lifts as well. Inhale, as we exhale, unwind, hands come down, we'll step the left foot back to the front of the mat and then forward bend. Inhaling to come up, press down through the feet. Keep the arms coming, house around and up, gaze up, and then exhale to release. Okay, inhale, a big circle with the arms again, and then exhale to come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bend the knees. We'll step back with the right foot again and then dropping the knee and tucking the toes. Inhale for low lunge. Straight away, get the scissoring action going with the legs. Softly draw the lower ribs in. Shoulder blades down the back. Tailbone is heavy. You'll feel it strongly. Front of the right thigh. Inhale. Exhaling for the twist. Turning to the left. Widen across your collarbones. See if you can reach back a little bit further with the left fingertips. Maybe even leaning slightly back here, just to help you find a little bit more of that core engagement. Okay, from there, the right hand comes down, the left arm reaches up for the twist, and then maybe you tuck the toes on the right foot and lift the knee. Up to you. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. Okay, inhaling. As we exhale, we'll bring the left hand down. This time we'll come through a vinyasa, so stepping it back to plank from there. And then you can either drop the knees or come all the way down through chaturanga. Inhaling from back bend, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhaling back, downward facing dog. Inhaling to look forward, stepping, hopping, floating, or walking forward. Chest lengthens forward when you get there, and then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up. Bringing the hands to touch and then exhale to release other side. Inhale, big circle. As we exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bend the knees, stepping back with the left leg and then dropping the knee and tucking the toes, inhaling for low lunge. Straight away, get the scissoring action. Try to be heavy with the tailbone, lower ribs softening, shoulder blades down the back. Maybe you turn your gaze up there as well. So if you don't collapse into the low back, you're going to feel it much more strongly on the front of the left thigh, aren't you? Okay, inhale. Exhale for the twist. So opening out, reach back through the right fingertips, outer right hip maybe shaves back, keep the scissoring action going with the legs, and then left hand comes down, right arm up. For your twist, if you wanted to lift the knee, you can do. Remember, lift the back of the left thigh. Keep pressing the left hand into the mat so you're lifting up out of it. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and then as we exhale, coming through a vinyasa, or skip it if you want to. So you can always go straight to downward facing dog, otherwise come to plank and then use the knees to come down, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog. We'll take 5 breaths here. 1, so shoulder blades up your back. 2, just settling the breath back down as well. 3, outer upper arms can you spin them back? 4 and 5. Inhaling to look forward, stepping, hopping, floating or walking forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up, bringing the hands to touch, and then exhale. Okay, sun salutation A 3 times. Inhale, big circle with the arms and gaze up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhaling for your halfway lift. Exhale to step or jump back. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so outer upper arms, spin them back. 2, remember soften around the base of your neck. 3, shin bones, press them back as well. 4 and 5, inhaling to look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up, bringing the hands to touch, and then exhale, Samasthiti. Keep going, inhale, arms up. Exhale to come forward. Try to let the breath trigger the movement. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Skip the vinyasa or use your knees or do whatever you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so calm your breath. 2, outer upper arms, spin them back. 3, 4 and 5. Inhale to look forward, step, hop, float or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come up. Bring the hands to touch. And then exhale, Samasthiti. Last one, inhale, arms up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so remember soften around the base of your neck in your downward facing dog. 2, can you send the weight back towards the outer heels? 3, and you're pressing the mat away with your hands. 4 and 5. Okay, from here, this time we're just going to take the weight more into the left hand and pick the right hand up. Reach back and take behind the left calf or ankle maybe, or shin, wherever you can, and then gently pull to turn and gaze under your left arm. Okay, my hand is slipping there, unfortunately. Take another breath and then we'll release. Come back to downward facing dog, and then the other side. Take the weight into the right hand, lift the left hand up, reach back behind the left calf, shin or ankle, and then gently pull to help you turn to gaze under the right arm. Take another breath and then come back to downward facing dog. I need to wipe my hands before we move on to the next bit. Okay, taking the weight into the left hand again, right hand reaches up, take behind the left shin, and then maybe see if you can come up onto the toes of the right foot. Maybe you're going to lift that leg. I'm not, my hand's too slippy. That's a shame. Okay, and then release, come back to the other side, left hand up, take behind the right calf, ankle or shin, and then taking the weight maybe more into the right foot, you can come up onto the toes of the left foot. Maybe you lift that left leg. It's quite challenging. You don't want your hand to be slipping if you're doing that. Okay, and then release, come back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to inhale and ripple it forward to a plank pose. So bring the shoulders over the wrists. You can let the knees come down straight away, otherwise inhale. And then as you exhale, come all the way down to the mat. So we'll come all the way down through chaturanga or using the knees. Come all the way down, untuck the toes. And then inhale, press into the palms, draw the right shoulder back, come into a gently twisting cobra, gaze over the right shoulder, and then exhale to come back down. Okay, inhale, come up, drawing the left shoulder back. Gently gaze over the left shoulder, twisted cobra, exhale, come back down. Inhale, come up, straight down the center, keep the elbows hugging in, roll the shoulders back. And then as we exhale, we'll find our way all the way back into downward facing dog. Okay, on our next inhale, take the right leg up. And then as we exhale, step it forward. So we'll set up for our runner's lunge. Make sure that you're not on a tight rope. You adjust your feet, right knee is over your right ankle. And then let the hips sink down there. Back of the left thigh lifts. Lengthen the chest forward. Okay, from here, we're going to take the weight into the right foot, adjust the position of the hands, and then come into a supported warrior 3. Left leg lifts. Outer left hip drops down. Reach back through the left heel. Can you lift up through out of the right hip as well? Chest is lengthening forward in your supported warrior 3. Try to engage the lifted leg as much as you can. Okay, for here, we're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest, soften into the right knee, and see if we can come all the way up to standing, and then straight into a tree pose. So the left foot's going to come onto the inside of the right thigh or the calf, and then bring the hands to the heart center. Just take a moment to settle in to your tree pose. Maybe you want to take the arms up, but just find a variation with your tree that you feel comfortable with. Remember not to let the right hip kick out. We want to keep everything drawing into the midline. Fingertips up to the ceiling, shoulder blades down the back. Lifting up out of that right foot as well, out of the ankle, out of the hip. Okay, from there we'll release that, we'll stretch the left leg forward. Try not to lean back when you do that, outer left hip drops down. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to maneuver our way all the way back and find a crescent lunge. Well done. Okay, and then sink into your crescent lunge, shave the outer right hip back. Keep the left knee soft, tilt the pelvis forward. So especially if you have a bad back, keep that back knee really bent, and then you're nice and neutral in the pelvis. Shoulders down, maybe you turn your gaze up there as well. Okay, inhale, exhale for the twist to the right. So left arm forward, right arm back. Reach back through the right fingertips, outer right hip shaves back. My favourite little move at the moment, inhale, and then exhale, bring the left hand down. We'll come back to that twist. Right fingertips up to the ceiling. On your next inhale, can you wobble your way back up to revolve crescent? Well done. Inhale, revolve crescent. Exhale, come down for the twist. Wobble, wobble. And then again, press into the foot, come up, wobble, wobble. Inhale. As we exhale this time, we'll cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step back, straight to downward facing dog or come through Vinyasa, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, inhale the left leg up, exhale, step it forward. And we'll find that runner's lunge again. Make sure you're not on a tight rope. Adjust it. Left knee's over the left ankle. Chest is lengthening forward. Hips are moving down, back of the right thigh lifts. And then from there, we'll take the weight into the left foot and find our supported warrior 3. Make sure that the toes are pointing down. Outer right hip moves down. Lift up out of the left hip. Chest is lengthening forward, engaging back through that right leg as well. It's actually harder than it looks, this, isn't it? Keep lifting up out of the left hip. Okay, and then we'll bend the right knee, bring it into the chest, soften the left knee, and wobble our way straight up to find a tree. So a foot to the inside of the thigh or the calf, whatever. Hands to heart center. Try not to let that left hip kick out. Think about everything drawing into the midline. Maybe we reach the arms up there as well. Well done. Shoulder blades down the back. Think about lengthening up through the crown of the head. Okay, and then from there we'll release that, reach the right leg forward, point through the toes. Try not to buckle the standing leg. So all of that stuff that I go on and on and on like a stuck record. Inhale, as we exhale, maneuver your way back to your crescent lunge. Well done. And then adjust it when you get there, come deeper. Keep the back knee soft to be heavy with the tailbone, especially if your back is sensitive. Shoulder blades down the back. Okay, inhale, exhale for the twist, right arm forward, left arm back, widen across the collarbones, reach back with the left fingertips. So see, maybe even if you lean back a little bit there, you get more core engagement in your revolved crescent. Okay, inhaling, exhaling to come down for the twist, right hand down, left arm up, and then inhale, come back up. Well done. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, exhale, come down for the twist. Inhale, come back up. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, exhale, come down for the twist. And then inhale, come back up. Inhaling there, and then as we exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down and frame the foot. We'll step back, go straight to downward facing dog or come through your vinyasa. Up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back. A downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so straight away, settle your breath. 2, shoulder blades up your back. 3, can you press your shin bones back as well? 4 and 5. Okay, inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Runner's lunge, adjust, wriggle around, do whatever you need to. Make sure the hips are sinking down but the back of the left thigh lifts. And then take the weight into the right foot, find supported warrior 3. Outer left hip drops down. Press back through that left heel, lift up out of the right hip. Lengthen the chest forward as much as you can. And then we'll bend the left knee, bring it into the chest, soften the right knee and wobble our way straight up to find a tree. So your version, of course, whatever you're comfortable with, hands can come to heart center. Just give it a moment to settle into your tree. Stay as relaxed as you can. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Maybe the arms come up as well. Shoulder blades down the back. Make sure you're not letting that right hip kick out. Everything's drawing into the midline. The ribs are drawing in as well. Okay, and then we'll release the left leg, reach the left leg forward. Keep that outer left hip dropping down. Don't buckle the standing leg. This time, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to find a warrior 3. So reaching back with the left leg, keep lifting up out of the right hip. Think almost like a cobra with the upper body. And then inhale, come back. Leg forward, wobble, wobble. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale to come forward. Just reach the leg forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Okay, this time from warrior 3, we'll soften into the front knee and then slow motion, reach back. Left foot comes down, crescent lunge. Well done. And then adjust it, do whatever you need to in your crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale for the twist. So opening out. Maybe leaning back slightly. Make sure you engage your core a little bit more, but keep the back knee soft if you need to. So if you feel it in your low back, keep that back knee really soft. Okay, inhale, exhale, left hand comes down, finding that twist. And then inhale, come back up, revolve crescent. Inhale there, exhale, come down. Inhale, come back up, wobble, wobble. Inhale, exhale, come down, touch down. And then inhale, come back up, wobble, wobble, sink into it. See if you can reach back further with the right fingertips. Big inhale, and then as we exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down and frame the foot. Stepping it back, straight to downward facing dog or through Vinyasa. As always, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog, take 3 breaths and just let your breath settle. Before we do the other side, 1, shoulder blades up your back. 2 and 3. Okay, inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, runner's lunge. Adjust, wriggle around, do whatever. And then we'll take the weight into the left foot and find that warrior 3. Outer right hip drops down. Try and get the toes to point down. Lift up out of the left hip. Chest is lengthening forward in your supported warrior 3, which is a really great way to work towards this, isn't it? It's quite challenging, this, I find. You can always use blocks as well if the floor is too far away. Okay, right knee comes into the chest, softening the left knee to wobble your way all the way up. Take the ankle, find a tree pose, and then hands to heart center, outer left hip draws in so that you're not kicking the hip out. Everything's drawing into the midline. Maybe you bring the arms up there as well. Ribs in too, so don't collapse anywhere. Keep everything drawing in. Fingertips up towards the ceiling, okay? From there, releasing the right leg, reaching it forward, not buckling the standing leg, pointing through the right toes. Inhale, and then as we exhale, maneuvering our way back, warrior 3. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Inhaling to come forward. Exhaling to come back. Okay, this time from warrior 3, soften into the left knee, reach back. Doof, find your crescent lunge. Just take a moment to adjust in your crescent lunge and then inhale, exhale for the twist. Left fingertips reach back, maybe leaning slightly back to help you engage your core a little bit more there. Keep lifting the back of the right thigh. Okay, inhale, exhale, touch down with the right fingertips for the twist. And then inhale, come back up, wobble, wobble. Exhale, touch down. Inhale, come back up, wobble, wobble. Exhale, touch down. And then inhale, come back up. Okay, nice big inhale there. And then as we exhale, hands down, step back. Downward facing dog or vinyasa to get there. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so calm your breath. 2, shoulder blades, draw them up your back. 3, 4, and 5. Inhaling to look forward, step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up. Bringing the hands to touch, and then exhale, hands down through heart center. Okay, inhale to find a chair pose. So making sure both knees do the same thing. They're not collapsing in, they're not drifting out. So sit bones draw to the backs of the knees, upper arms lift. From there, we're going to rock to the balls of the feet. Can't forget about our quads this morning. And you come a little bit deeper into your wobbly chair. And then again, a little bit deeper. Okay, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to dip down as low as we can, and then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, dip down as low as we can, wobble, wobble. Inhale, come back up. And then again, dip down as low as you can, snap, crackle and pop. Inhale, come back up. Okay, releasing the heels back down, suddenly chair pose feels much easier, doesn't it? Make sure you get that action, sit bones to the backs of the knees, shoulder blades down the back. Gaze up, inhale, and then exhale for a forward bend. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to step or jump back. Come down through the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to find warrior 1. So inhale, take the right leg up, and then exhale, step it forward. Left foot turns out, root it down, and then inhale, find your warrior 1, and then sink into it. Shave the outer left hip back. Heavy with the tailbone here too. So it's another place that we tend to collapse the torso. Keep the ribs in. Think about having the tailbone pointing straight down. If you can, much stronger for the front of the left leg. Keep reaching into that outer left heel. Palms maybe come together. You wrap the triceps forward. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back, and maybe you turn your gaze up there as well. Well done. Come deeper. Remember, try to get that engagement with the back of the right thigh as well. So it's like you're drawing the heel back towards your bum, and you feel the hamstrings engage. Okay, from here, we're going to straighten into the front leg and release the hands to the waist. Maybe adjust your stance so that you're a little bit narrower, and square the hips and shoulders forward. Take the right arm behind the back. I'm going to do revolve triangle. So inhale, take the left arm up. And then as you exhale, come forward, maintain all of that length on the front of the torso. Hand can come down anywhere down, right leg. Maybe it comes to the block or the floor on the little toe side of the foot. Right hand to your low back. Try to level things out as much as you can. So the right hip might draw back. You might lift up out of the left hip. And then maybe the right arm comes up as well. So notice how the back leg wants to kind of go asleep here. Don't let it. Keep lifting up out the left hip. Back of the left thigh back as well. Right fingertips up to the ceiling. Well done. Inhale. Exhale to unwind. We'll just come to a pyramid pose for a couple of breaths. So again, squaring the hips again, using blocks, or the hands can be on the shin. If you need to have that right knee bent as well, remember, do that. It's not the easiest pose in the world, is it? Inhale to lengthen the chest forward. Exhale to fold over the leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lengthen, and then exhale to fold. Again, don't let the back leg go to sleep. Keep lifting up out of the left hip, back of the left thigh back. Ground into the outer left heel as well. Well done. Okay, from here, we'll soften into the front knee. We're going to maneuver the fingertips forward and find that supported warrior 3 again. Sorry. Sorry. So I used to hate warrior 3. Some of you may well hate warrior 3. I used to hate it. It does get easier, doesn't it, over time? And the more we practice it, the easier it gets. Okay, left knee into the chest, soften the right knee. We'll wobble our way all the way up. Find that tree pose. Again, foot to the inside of the thigh, hands to heart center, outer right hip, squeeze it in. Maybe you take the arms up as well in your wobbly tree, or not so wobbly. Okay, from there we'll release the left knee, reach the left leg forward, outer left hip drops down, inhale, and then exhale, warrior three. Inhale to come back forward. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, warrior three. Okay, so it's holding it in warrior three for a couple of breaths. Lift up out of the right hip, outer left hip drops down. Reach back through the left big toe. It's almost like a cobra with the upper body. You're lengthening the chest forward. Inhale and then exhale, softening into the front knee, reaching back with the left foot to find a crescent. And then big inhaling crescent. And as we exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog, or through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Let's find warrior one other side. So inhale the left leg up, exhale, step it forward. Right foot turns out, reach it down. Inhale for warrior one. And then sink into it. Shave the outer left hip back, back of the right thigh back. Weight into the outer right heel as well. Lower ribs soften in, heavy in the tailbone. Palms together, maybe you wrap the triceps forward. And remember to adjust your warrior one. So if it doesn't feel good in your body, for your knee, your back, you adjust it. Try to get the hamstring engagement as well, back of the left thigh. Shoulder blades are still drawing down, lower ribs are softening in. Can you straighten into the arms any amount more? Gazing up as well. Okay, from here, straightening into the front leg, we'll release the hands to the waist. You might want to hop the back foot in slightly and then square the hips and shoulders forward. Left arm behind the back. Inhale, take the right arm up, find length. And then exhale, come forward, maintaining the length, and stop wherever you need to. Right hand anywhere down the shin to block all the floor on the little toe side of the foot. Try and be level in the low back. Left hip draws back, maybe lift up out of the right hip. Hand can stay there, or inhale, left arm up. Parivrtta, Trikonasana. One of the hardest standing poses, I think. Remember, don't let that back leg go to sleep. Keep lifting up out of the right hip, back of the right thigh back as well. Inhale, and then exhale, find pyramid pose. Again, your version. Soften the front knee if you need to. Try and keep the hips squaring forward, back of the right thigh back. Inhale to lengthen the chest forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. And again, inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Just relax the head and neck for a moment, but don't forget about the back leg. Okay, from here we'll soften into the front knee, adjust the hands forward, find our supported warrior three. So outer right hip drops down, lift up out of the left hip. Chest length. Great way to work on that stability in the pelvis. Okay, and then from here we're going to bring the right knee in, soften into the left knee. Haven't muted everybody, you can all find your tree. Okay, find your tree pose. Completely lost where I am now. No, that's right, that's the right side. And then from there, we're going to maybe take the arms up and reach the leg forward. Remember to drop the outer left hip down the other side, isn't it? I think, yeah. Outer right hip drops down. Okay, inhale, exhale for warrior three. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, warrior three. Okay, we'll hold it this time. Lift up out of the left hip, outer right hip drops down. Chest is lengthening forward, so almost like that cobra sensation with the chest lengthening forward. Okay, and then from there, softening into the left knee, letting the right foot come down, crash landing, hopefully not. Shoulder blades down, gaze up. Inhale and then exhale, hands down, step back, straight to downward facing dog, or come through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1. So calm your breath. 2, shoulder blades up your back. 3, shin bones back as well. 4. And 5, inhale to look forward, step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhaling to come up, straight up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Shoulder blades down the back, gaze up. And then exhale and release. Okay, inhale, find chair again. Make sure both knees do the same thing. Make it a nice deep chair. Now I say that all the time and I'm cheating and don't do it myself. Okay, we'll rock up to the balls of the feet. Inhale, exhale, dip down. Squat, snap, crackle and pop. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, dip down. Squat, snap, crackle and pop. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, dip down, snap, crackle and pop. Hoping that's getting a little bit easier. Inhale, come back up. And then we'll release the heels down, straight back into a standard chair pose, shoulder blades down the back, lower ribs softening. Okay, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twisting to your right. So make sure that left knee doesn't jump forward. You can hook the elbow, but try not to rely on that to find your twist. Try to use the core to turn your chest. Draw that right shoulder back. Extra pressure with the right hand. Okay, inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. So again, try not to rely on the elbow as a lever. You're using your core. Don't let the right knee jump back. Extra pressure with the left hand. Draw the left shoulder back. Okay, inhaling to come back forward. And then exhaling for a forward bend. And then maybe you want to take your elbows, make it a ragdoll pose. And just sway or move in whatever way feels nice. Okay, from here we'll release the hands and then we're going to come all the way down, so just do that however you're comfortable to. Maybe you can come down through the squat, maybe not, but we're going to find our bum and then just one breath, half boat, lift the chest, shins lift, and then release the feet down. Well done. Okay, legs straight out in front of you. And then from here, we'll bend the right knee, take the right foot to the outside of the left knee, and then find a twist from here. So left hand takes the right knee or you hook the elbow. Right hand comes behind. Try not to really push the ribs and chest forward here. So nip the ribs in, push the sit bones down, and then inhale to find length. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to find length. Exhaling to rotate, and you mount. Inhaling to find length, exhaling to rotate. Okay, and then inhale to come back forward. Exhaling to release, we'll switch. So bend the left knee, bring the foot to the outside of the right knee. Hand takes the knee or hook the elbow, left hand behind. Make sure the ribs aren't pressing forward, so nip the ribs in, sit bones press down. Inhale to find length, exhale to twist. Inhale to find length, exhale twist. Inhale to find length, exhaling to twist. And then inhaling to look back forward, exhaling to release. We'll come all the way down to the mat now. So come down, however, and then once you've come down, bring the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit of a back massage, whatever feels nice there. And then just coming to that L shape with the legs. I'm going to do one more twist. We're going to work on the side body a little bit more before we relax. So remember to just make these work for you. You don't come too far if your back doesn't like this. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs together, the inner knees together, and then press the low back down. Take the arms out to the side in a T. Inhale, exhale, let the knees come over about halfway. Stay heavy in the back of the left shoulder blade. So the left shoulder blade is like your anchor. Keep squeezing the knees together. Stay in control. If it hurts your back, then ease off, come back a level, but keep squeezing, keep engaging. Maybe you can think about the navel turning a bit to the left there. Make sure that you can breathe okay as well. Okay, inhale, come back to center, reset, press the low back down, and then exhale over to the left, just about halfway. Stay heavy in the back of the right shoulder. Maybe the navel starts to move to the right. If it bothers your back, ease off, but keep squeezing everything together. Should help you to stay in control. I haven't been doing that much lately. And it definitely, you can feel a difference when we do this quite often, can't you? Okay, inhale to come back to center, and then we'll bring the knees in. Just give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit of a back massage. Maybe come to happy baby, take the calves or the outer edges of the feet. So I quite like the full happy baby because if you just rock from side to side here, you can really massage the whole of your back, can't you? But you do whatever feels nice for you. Okay, and then from here, we'll release And then find our way to Savasana. So lying flat if you want to lie flat, or keeping the knees bent. Whatever works for you. And then just starting to draw your awareness back in. Softening your abdomen. Relaxing the facial muscles. Release your jaw. And relax your throat. And just see if you can let go completely. Just for a few moments. And then just slowly beginning to bring your awareness back. Gently moving fingers and toes. Take a nice long full inhale. Have a stretch. So arms up overhead, maybe interlace fingers, have a full body stretch. You could bend up the knees, draw them into your chest, give yourself a hug, take a twist, so whatever, any move or stretch that feels nice. And then, just when you're ready, making your way to your right hand side. And back up to seated when you're ready. So any seated position, cross legs or not. Looks like I lost somebody there. I hope it's not the internet. Okay. Okay, cross legs or not, and then we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. Just take a moment, relax your shoulders. Soften your facial muscles. And just observe how your body feels. Take a nice long full inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Well done. They're not that hard, are they? No. Used to it now. I hope we have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. At least it's a bit brighter today. Enjoy. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye. Bye-bye.